Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Igwe Chedema and I'm that your yoga fashion lady. So if this is your first time here, you are very welcome. For my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. I love you so much. So this tutorial is more like a cut and sew along kind of video. Very simple. So if you noticed, the two previous videos I just recently posted is the same fabric as this one. So it's actually a 6 yards of fabric and I've been using it to make different styles. So if you're like me that is on the small side, then 6 yards of fabric will be enough for you to make like 2 or 3 different clothes, although depending on the style. So this style is simple and is less than 45 minutes. So, just before we dive right into the tutorial video, I want to ask for a favor, please. Can you do that? Please help us hit that subscribe button, like hit. Okay, I don't mean that. I mean just touch. Yeah, just click on the subscribe button. Okay, please subscribe to the channel and also give us a thumbs up. Like, give us a thumbs up. I promise you're going to like the video. I really promise you're going to like it. Just give us a thumbs up just so more people will get to see the video. Okay, can you do that? Okay, dokie. So now we can go right into the video. Okay, I'll see you. So here I folded my fabric into two. This video is I made it to be a little bit fast, but I promise you're going to understand everything I'm doing. Okay, so I just first of all marked my starting point and I measured the full length of the gown. That is what I'm measuring here. Full length is 36, so I'm marking 36 inches down here, and I'm going to go ahead and mark the straight line. So I'm going ahead to take my shoulder measurement, and my shoulder measurement is 7.5. Then I came down by 8 inches here for the armhole. Then I'm going to check my waist, that's half length, so 17.5 inches, and I marked my bust point, which is 10 inches. So I'm connecting the whole lines here. So I'm connecting the bust point now, and then the half length, which is 17.5. So the next thing I want to do is to determine my hip point. So I kept my tape at my waist and measured 8 inches. Like I came down by 8 inches to determine my hip length. So I'm taking my hip measurement now, and my hip is 10 inches, so I'm going to mark it here. And then I'm adding 1.5 inches allowance because that's the much fabric I have. I can't go more than that. It can be up to 2 inches, so I marked 1.5 there. So for my waist is 7, so I marked it there and I added 1.5 inches allowance. And the same thing on the bust. I marked my bust is 8.75. I marked it and I'm adding the 1.5 inches allowance. I'm connecting the armhole now. Just curved the armhole. Then I came down from my armhole by 1/2 inch to mark my shoulder slant. So here on my neckline width is 4.5, while the depth here is 4 inches. So 4.5 by 4 inches. Okay, and I'm connecting it like so. So as for my down part, that's the full length of the gown, I use the same measurement from the hip. So the hip is 10 plus 1.5. So that's exactly what I did down there. So after cutting the front part, I placed it on the other fabric that I'm using to cut the back. You know there's no zipper in this dress, so I didn't leave any inches for any zipper allowance. So I just cut exactly what I have on the back part for the front. So for the front part, I went down by 3 inches from the neckline and cut it open just like so. That is for the opening. I don't want it very deep, so that is what I'm doing here. So this is my dress now, the front part. I've used my chalk to mark the lines where these red designs are going to be. So I'm using lining for it. You can use a bias tape if you like. So for this design that came with the dress, I'm not taking it out now because you know it's sticky, and so it will be sticking on my machine and I don't want that. So after sewing, I'm going to use my iron and take it out. So the lining strips that I cut, it is 2 inches. So this is how I'm going to fold it and then sew it along the lines that I marked. But first of all, you have to hold it with your pin. To make sewing easy for you as a beginner, always hold everything with your pin so that it will go smoothly as you're sewing, you're taking it out easily. So I'm done with this first part. Then I'm going to still fold it on again and sew like so. Just watch what I'm doing. So I'm done with the 3 parts. So what I want to do now is to add my interfacing. So when you're done, remember to notch, very important, so that when you turn it out, it will be very smooth and well relaxed. So after the notching, I top stitched on it. So I've done the back part as well. This is the back one. So I'm joining the shoulders now. So the back and the front shoulders, I'm just matching it together. So to stitch it on the back, the rough side, that's the back part. I don't know if you understand, but just watch what I'm doing, please. So the front and the back dress, I'm just joining the shoulders just like so. I pinned it together down with my pin, and I'm going ahead to stitch it. So this is the dress and we are almost done now. I'm done joining the shoulders. I'm taking the round armhole measurement. So I'm going to take from the back to the front because I'm going to use lining as well to do the turn up. So here is the strips now. I've already cut it. The length is the full measurement of the shoulder to the armhole that I measured round, and then the width is 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to do the same way I did the front part. After folding the lining, and I will put it and sew on the back part, then I will turn it out to the front and top stitch on it. That is exactly what I just did here now. So this is the pieces that I've cut out for the sleeve. I've folded the down part and I've run a gather stitch on the other end. So I'm going to gather it now. So the width, that is the wideness of the sleeve, is your choice. So depending on how wide you want yours to be, mine is, I think is 6. So for the length of the sleeve, you're going to measure your shoulder just like you will see on the screen, and then you can multiply it by 2. You know you're gathering it. So this is your choice now, how full you want the gather to be. Okay, so here I'm done gathering it. I went ahead also to cut a strip bias for the turning up of the rough side. So this is it. So I'm going to turn it up. I'm done with the 2 of them, and this is how it looks like. And then this is my pocket. So this is optional as well, depending on how deep you want your pocket to be. So mine is 8 inches by 9 inches. The width is 8 while the length is 9. So the next thing I will do now is to attach the sleeve and then the pocket, shape up the dress, and we are done here.